What's going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here. I have a little bit of a midweek update for you going into the last part of the week and going into the weekend. A few stocks we're going to be looking at going into the weekend and also into next week. A little bit of news here. As most of you do know, the Senate passes the $1 trillion infrastructure bill, handing Biden a bipartisan win. We know some of the stocks that we've talked about before that are going to benefit from this infrastructure bill. Again, if we go to this fact sheet here for whitehouse.gov, mainly going to be roads, bridges, major projects, public transit, passenger freight rail. This is very interesting. EV infrastructure, electric buses, reconnecting communities, airports and waterways, and so on and so forth, as far as water and internet. Now, mainly these roads and bridge projects, public transit projects, everything of that nature is going to be obviously needing lighting. So that will segue right into the first company that we're going to be talking about, and that's Cyberlux Corporation, CYBL. This company we've been talking about for better part of 6 weeks now on this channel. Take a look here, and also one thing I did want to bring up is that TD Ameritrade did extend the deadline for purchasing stop sign stocks. This is past all the way through August. Don't know how far. They didn't give a concrete date, so it's still up in the air, but we still have through August bare minimum with that. So just keep your eyes peeled with TD Ameritrade, but just wanted to get that before I did forget that. But Cyberlux, if you take a look here at the chart, and we're going to zoom down here and take a look here at the good old candlestick chart. Chart is still absolutely beautiful, very, very strong. We're going to zoom in here and just kind of look here at this chart over the past probably 3 weeks. We've kind of been just grinding here, right over that 140 mark. A little bit of a dip below there a couple times here, but generally speaking, holding above 140. Today had a really strong day. We hit the high of 189 today, just short of all-time highs. Saw some resistance at those highs, but had a pretty tight trading range of only about 20 points there between 189 and 169. Today they did drop their attorney letter, the amended attorney letter, so we should be expecting the pink current next week. If you take a look at all the filings that they dropped, they're very detailed, very complicated filings, so that they had to put an amended attorney letter and amend one portion of their filings, no big deal. Still have the yield sign. I do expect them to be pink current next week. Shortly afterwards, we will have that IR deck. After the IR deck, we should be anticipating PRs on either drone or solar, or possibly both. As far as acquisitions, more growth in the government sector as well too. Like I said, as we just talked about, that infrastructure bill's passed. Cyberlux has their foot in the door already with a lot of these government agencies, so getting some of this government money should be a lot easier than companies that don't have the foot in the door. So still love Cyberlux going forward. Really expect this thing to take off going over the next couple weeks. Moving forward, APTY, another play we've been absolutely loving on this channel, had a very strong day today. If we take a look at the chart, this thing has kind of been just grinding almost the past month, right around this a little bit over a penny area, about a penny to about 120, 125. Today had a really strong day as well. This thing went as high as 147 and low as 110, so it traded in a little bit of a wider range. The volume was decent here. let's take a look at the volume. 28 million in volume, or just a shade under 28 million. Did close the day up almost 15% at 0.0131. Being that we already have filings coming in, I do expect some more to be dropping over the next, maybe possibly the next couple weeks. We should be pink current, and I would anticipate definitely by the deadline. We have a new white paper coming out for the Spirit stablecoin, updates on the trading platform, Oryx Gold, a lot of different updates, especially the most interesting one on the Spirit stablecoin. Looking at that, when those updates come out, I do expect APTY to run and run pretty hard. So still very strong. This is definitely in my top 4 with CYBL and APTY. Next play we've constantly talked about here. We're going to go over it briefly. FERN Corporation at a penny. I think this is an absolute steal. This closed at 0.0101, down 10% today on close to about 50 million in volume. If we take a look at the chart here, been pretty rough over the last probably the last 2-3 weeks. As soon as we hit those highs of 269, this thing just absolutely took a dump here. Really unwarranted. We still have updates coming at the end of the month, or actually at the end of the third quarter, which should be right around the end of September, mid to end September. Looking for another, at least an LOI on an acquisition or a closing of an acquisition. This is most likely in the crypto space to actually go off their last acquisition that they just had of Perfect Mind actually just last month at the end of June. So really like FERN. This one might take a little bit of time, but there's no worry about the deadline. As you can see, this company's pink current. They have a good share structure, very sound share structure, at 1.5 billion shares available to trade. In the crypto space, green crypto mining, and also we have the again, another acquisition by the end of the third quarter. So I still think FERN with the catalyst, this thing's way undervalued. This is something that I'm holding definitely through the summer. So definitely like FERN. This is another one of my top 4. I said I'd reveal the 4th in my video. This is the video that I'm going to reveal it. I just want to go over 3 other stocks very quickly that I'm still watching. One, this is more of a speculative play. This is North American Frac Sands, or NAFS. You can see the share structure is terrific on this one, and this one closed at 0.008. Just up 4%, traded down mostly on the day. As you can see, the last few days has been a little bit rough here. You got to take a look here also. If we take a look here, like I said, it was North American Frac Sands. It's also Northern Altcoins Funds and Staking. Got to get used to saying that. Northern Altcoins Funds and Staking. We did go over this company last week, so not much to talk about. Still like it. I think at this pullback here, in the high 7s, low 8s is a good buying opportunity with the share structure. Any news, any filings drop, or once they get pink current, and we get any news, this thing can really move. I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the day of this run seeing possibly anywhere close to 3 to 4 cents out of this one. So still really like NAFS. Moving forward, a stock we've talked about quite a bit on this channel. This is VIZC. Had a strong day today, up 4%. It was down for the majority of the day. Actually ran quite a bit, pulled back late in the day here. We've had a lot of updates on OTC markets. We have talked about these guys. If you look at the chart, I mean, this thing's been ripping up and pulling back, ripping up and pulling back. I think we get some filings and we get pink current pretty soon. This thing can really move. If the acquisition, as I was as possibly speculating, of Tomorrow IO coming in this, do your research, take a look at it. Could be very, very interesting. And this thing, very speculative play, but things are happening, and at this price, it's worth the risk, in my opinion, to see if this is fits in your portfolio, because obviously I am not a financial advisor. Everything I say in here is my opinion and not financial advice. You should do your own due diligence and your own research on every play that you put money in. See if these plays are a fit for your investment style and for your fit for your portfolio. So moving forward, definitely like VIZC. It's a very speculative play, but I think this thing has a lot of upside from where we're at right now. And last but not least, before we get into the number 4 of my top 4 picks, we're SSOF, 66 Oil Field Services. If we just take a look at the chart here, strong day today, but then did have quite a bit of a pullback a little bit later in the day. Still waiting on filing, still waiting on news. So again, this is a speculative play with a very, very sound share structure. We will take a look here at the security details. And I know this is dragging on because I got to talk about the last company. So, we've talked about this company enough to, to know for sure what's going on, to know why we're invested here. This is a highly speculative play, but if everything pans out, the reward could be significant here. So, still like SSOF. And last but not least, this is a play, and I'm probably people want to throw a few tomatoes, and you can get a little upset. I know, any play that has George Sharp involved, love him or hate him, I will say one thing: the man plays by the books. You have no worries whatsoever of any type of infringements. As far as any SEC regulations or any regulatory infractions, his plays are by the book. Not going to dilute his plays. Typically not going to do any reverse splits as far as any extraordinary reverse splits. So you're pretty safe with these plays. If we take a look here at Good Vibration Shoes GVSI, this thing closed at 0.0408, down 2%. Had not the greatest volume. We're going to take first a look here at the overview. Had 18 million in volume. If we take a look at this chart is absolutely fabulous right now. We take a look here. This thing just basically broke out of a perfect symmetrical triangle right about here. This thing has kind of been consolidating right here, right at the old resistance point. So if we can get a breakthrough on here, and I'm thinking any filing sends this thing flying, we're in really, really good shape. This chart is absolutely fabulous. So strictly as a chart play, I like GVSI. If we go to the share structure, it doesn't have the greatest share structure. I'm not worried about the authorized shares, just due to the fact that I know George Sharp is not going to dilute. If we take a look here at the outstanding shares, 300 million of these 2.4 billion are restricted shares. So we're looking at a 2.1 billion float. So let's just say close to, because the float here said that's 1.9, held at the DTC is 2.1. So we'll just say, for fair's sake, we'll say it's a 2 billion float here. Now, one of the reasons is I've been doing a lot of research and digging in. Had a lot of good, solid investors that I was talking to about this play to just see their thoughts and their opinions on it. I can't get very many people that have a bad opinion about this play. Now, we all know George Sharp was the advisor for TSNP, Tesoro Enterprises, merged them with HUMBL. That was a very successful merger where we had a stock go from, basically where I alerted it at TRIPS 3, or not TRIPS 3, at Dubs 3, so 0.003, but many, not many, but a few alerted it even before that. So you can say a stock that went from the TRIPS and ran all the way up to almost $8 now. That's post-split. So even at $8 post-split, a 4 split, you're still looking at $2. So you're looking at a TRIPS play that ran to $2 under George Sharp. So, he has worked some pretty darn good plays, and this one should be no exception. And like I said, one of the reasons why I really like this play is what's possibly rolling into this play. We all know crypto coin, crypto coins, stable coins, altcoins, tokens, anything that has to do with NFTs, anything that has to do with the blockchain and crypto is hot right now. Going to be hot for a long time. This is possibly the new wave of finances, or the financial future, if you will, for the country now. If we go take a look here, a little bit of speculation of what's rolling in to this ticker here, and a lot of speculation and talk about swap protocol, SWAPP. That's not the ticker symbol, that's just how they spell their company. Swap. I imagine swap will be somewhere in the ticker symbol if they roll in now. Again, I am not a financial advisor. This is pure speculation on my end after research that I've done, connecting dots, and some other very good investors and traders connecting dots. This is kind of what we've come up with. And swap, I'm going to go over this. It says here that swap protocol is an Ethereum blockchain smart contract. Swap is a decentralized, fairly launched Ethereum paired utility coin used to both facilitate yield farming rewards in the Swap DeFi platform, as well as serve as a form of rewards within the Swap smartphone app. Now, they do have a coin. Let's take a look here. Now, Swap is currently trading. If you go here, Swap protocol, trading at $0.0125. It's up 8% today. Take a look at the chart. It's been performing well, actually rather well over the last couple months. As we can see here. We can go over here to Swap's Twitter account. See some of the things they're tweeting about. There's really nothing too overly interesting. One thing I will say is that they have liked quite a few of George Sharp's tweets. You take a look here on a Twitter page at SwapFi, just a few companies that Swap Protocol works with, and they actually liked this tweet. But you can see the huge list of companies that Swap is working with, from Equifax to Yelp to Credit Karma, Cars.com, NetSuite, Facebook, LinkedIn, the list goes on here. You look here, the Swap Advantage. Swap brings years of big data monetization experience. Really like the concept of this too, for allowing content creators and others that monetize their online work to be able to actually control the monetization, the actual fees, and not have to pay these fees to these platforms. So, not to mention they have the Swap token. We look at what HUMBL did. And again here, Swap Protocol did retweet this, as you can see. I think Swap and Mr. George Sharp do have something going here. We could take a look here at this Swap roadmap. Very interesting here. They started their roadmap. Obviously, they second quarter of 2021, they launched the token. Yield farming begins. Third quarter, the Swap app is launched. So these two things have happened. So the Swap app has already been launched, up and running, And you know, you can go over here to swap SWAPP.ee and take a look at everything that's going on here. You can get a good idea of what they plan on doing in the fourth quarter. The app is launched. Additional validation and verification methods first quarter of next year. The V2O swap app is launched. Features user data monetization, and the list goes on of how they're going to monetize and create revenue streams as well about this with this app here. So it's a data monetization movement, and you know, and then you go through with this what the swap advantages with this company now. We could take a look here as well too, and we can go over here and just take a look at Mr. Sharp's Twitter account here too, and he tweeted just a few days ago with crypto and swap. So not only is swap, you know, retweeting and liking George Sharp's tweets, George Sharp's tweeting about swap. You know, not many people knew who HUMBL was when this thing all got started last year. And, you know, I'm not saying this is a sure thing, but it sure looks like it. And with the share structure, if we remember, HUMBL had almost double the shares, if not a little more than double the shares. So, and the first thing that they did was canceled shares. I remember that was the very first PR after they announced HUMBL was rolling in, was that they were canceling shares. Now, again, this is all conjecture. This is all speculation on my behalf. But right here at 4 cents, the way the chart looks, I can't see more downside than about, I mean, honestly, even if this thing does pull back for another round of running up, I would say about, this thing probably couldn't go much lower than about 3 cents maximum. I mean, but if this thing pulls back to 3, now I just was loading up over the last 4 or 5 days. I will be loading more on any pullbacks. Will be loading more regardless, because I want to have a rather sizable position going into filings and going into news. But this play to me, you know, like I said, love him or hate him, the guy can make you some money, and he does things by the books. And right now with this deadline coming up in the OTC, you want to be holding tickers that you're sure of, that the business is sound, the business is sure, they got a sure thing happening. And I think GVSI is one of those companies where you can get a big time return out of your investment. So really high on GVSI. This is one of my top 4 over the next, going into the end of the summer. Again, really love CYBL. Love FERN, FERN, love APTY, and GVSI. All the other stocks that I did mention are plays that I do hold and plays that I do really like, but those are my top 4. So that's all I got for you today. As always, please like, please share, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section below. And as always, let's get that money, traders.